We have a change of pace today. Today's video is presented from our closet.
Well, the good news is there's no beams that I went through.
You have a screw loose?
There's definitely a screw loose.
He told me to get his good side, so here you go. We have a change of pace today. Today's video is presented from our closet. If you can't tell by my raspy voice, I am sick. I'm trying to get over a cold. Anyway, so we bought this new RV and we wanted to put a washer and dryer in it. So it's set up in a closet so that the washer goes on one side, the dryer goes on the other side. Not really ideal, but beggars can't be choosers. The way that this is set up, if you can see, it slants in down here. And then there's this big piece sticking out. So you can't actually put the washer and dryer up against the back wall. So you lose, it's like 8 inches from here to the back wall.
Tomorrow, we install it. I gotta make a 4-inch hole on the side of this brand new RV. That might be a little painful. So we're gonna open this up, get everything all taken care of. I've done some measurements inside. I'll show you kind of what I did as far as measurements. We're gonna drill the hole, get this thing installed, and we'll be good to go. It looks like from the edge to the edge of this is gonna be about 6 3/4. And then from the bottom up is gonna be about 8 inches. I'm gonna remeasure that inside and we're gonna make sure that this is good to go. All right, so this is the area we're gonna be putting in. It had a shelf right here that we already removed. And so there's a backing right here that's gonna go up against. So this is gonna kind of end right here and then be about yay tall. So for this, we are gonna have some space behind it, which is unfortunately kind of lacking when it comes down to it, but I can still be able to get my hole over here. I've kind of done a temporary kind of spot where I'm gonna put it. And then I kind of know where I'm going to be on the outside too. Just to make sure of the area, you can do 2 things. One is get a stud finder so you can find the aluminum kind of beams that are going through it so you don't have to cut through it. And then, or you can do what I did, was basically drill tiny little holes kind of around in a circular motion and then out just a little bit, just to make sure that I'm not going to hit any of those aluminum studs, because you know, if you do and you run through and you grind through it, then you're going to automatically have the potential to do some structural damage to it. So people have done it, but I want to try to prevent that overall. So it looks like I'll be okay. I've already drilled a couple little pilot holes through there. I'm going to remeasure and double check everything. This side was 3 inches. Mm-hmm. So that's about right. It goes over a little bit more, 3 to 7. And length, so that's about 4.
I'm a little nervous. He's going to start drilling.
Oh shit. Did I make it? Did I do it? Well, the good news is there's no beams that I went through. For those who don't know, this is the inside of your RV. It's just a bunch of styrofoam and Asdel, I'm assuming, and Asdel, and then the outer covering.
In case you're wondering why we didn't have the dealership install this when we purchased the unit, it's because they wanted to install a combo unit. And I didn't understand why they were kind of insistent on that was the only option. And then I walked into their little accessory for sale section, and I saw that they had a combo unit that was on clearance, probably because someone returned it. So I think they wanted to put that in our RV. Needless to say, we weren't interested in that. So we said, no, we'll do it ourselves.
Which that always makes things interesting, because you got to drill the hole, you got to set up everything up, you got to purchase it, you got to get delivered, so.
But Ryan found out that if he went to pick up this dryer from Camping World, he could save $135. So you better believe that his frugal behind
I did it. Absolutely.
Went there, picked it up. And then tomorrow we should have the washer. It's going to Best Buy. So again, Ryan is going to pick that up to save the cost in shipping. Surprisingly, after doing our measurements, the dryer doesn't actually fit as we thought it was going to, but that's actually a good thing. Because according to the measurements from the manufacturer, this dryer was going to hang over this little shelf we have down here. And so the dryer measured over. So it was supposed to come out to here. Okay, so online it says that the dimensions are 23.5 wide by 22.75 depth. But we have found that this part of it is actually not that big. There's components in the back that make it a little bigger. So the way this is set up, where we have that gap back there, it didn't matter. So that made it fit perfectly here. Okay, so the width is about the same. It's the depth that's different. So if you have a small space, like we do, it might fit. It's only 19 inches. Just in case any of you have the same RV as us, if you want to know what the gap is in the back, it is almost 10 inches.
Screwed on there nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and put silicone right around the edges of this, clean it up, and then just the cover. We'll be good out here. Just got the washer. I'm gonna install the washer now, get that all taken care of. Well, we're technically gonna install it tomorrow, but we got the dryer all situated. Now we just got the washer. My truck decides that it's not happy with me being up against it, so it's opening and closing. But we're almost done. We're almost there. Almost got the whole entire thing installed, and then we're gonna test it out and see how well it works. I don't think it's coming off. I think they literally like sealed that thing on here. I don't know why. And why you would have sealed that thing on here. They did. So I'm back in the closet. The cap for the drain of the washer is stuck. It will not come off. And of course, just like everything else, it's tight fitting. So I'm gonna use a hair dryer to see if I can loosen up a little bit and see if that helps. Because otherwise, I'm gonna have to cut the pipe. So I'm hoping I don't have to do that. So let's try the hair dryer. Luckily, there's a plug right here for me. Oh yeah. Woo. Why they made that so tight, I don't understand. Oh man. Yeah, there's glue. There's glue on the inside of this thing. Seriously?
I can smell it. Do you smell that?
Yeah, it's PVC glue. Why would you put glue on it? Alliance, don't put glue. Don't put glue on your fittings. So the moral of the story is, if any of your fittings are difficult to open up before you crack the pipe, like I probably almost did, hair dryer, and then this helped me kind of give it some support without touching the hot plastic, so I could kind of hold it and then start unscrewing. This is our Insignia washer. So we kind of went with Insignia versus Splendid, even though the dryer is Splendid, just because this had a larger capacity. I think that the Splendid washer alone only has 1.9 cubic feet. This one has 2.7. So for its size, only a 24 inch smaller washer, this seemed to be the best size-wise. So we're gonna unwrap it and we're gonna get it in there.
What happened?
So I was wondering why this screw had a lot harder time being able to get out. And then when I removed the screw, I noticed that it was slightly bent. And I was like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. Oh, okay, no big deal. Then we look down here, the whole thing, they dropped on something. The whole thing is bent right here. This piece, which is, you know, your capabilities as far as having it level, especially for a washer, is bent. So the whole dynamics, like this can't be run. So we gotta replace it.
We've been using our dryer for like a month and a half now, but we haven't had a washer until today.
We have been waiting for the past month to finally get a replacement. As you just saw, like the last one wasn't gonna work. The whole like foot was bent up, and then obviously the bottom was bent in where the drain hose was. This one is finally right. So we're gonna get installed. It weighs like 170 pounds. So we just worked out and we're excited about getting started.
We decided that, yeah, why would we just lift a washer today when we could lift a bunch of heavy weights and then turn around and lug this washer into the RV, into this tiny little space.
We got this. We moved in, you know, transferred everything else. So what's 170 pounds?
A lot. Seem to get very far before he gets injured, so I'm just gonna take a little break. He needs a band-aid. It's kind of boo-boo.
Are you kidding me right now? I told her I can definitely bleed on everything if need be, and she was fine with that, I guess.
All good now?
Lucky the camera's on. This is an RV, it's not for space. Ugh. What are these things? Are you supposed to be on the bottom of those things? Please tell me.
Or is that in the back? Those holes, when where you pull the thing out?
Maybe.
I guess I should go on record to say we did not read the directions, so I wanted to. I started to, and then Ryan told me not to. So, fingers crossed. What was that?
You don't read directions in RV life. There's no need to. Okay, we're installed. Okay, we're done. We're good. Can you get in the door? That's it.
Can you see? Okay, so here's where those little clips go. That's where Ryan took out those. Ow!
Now who's having issues?
So Ryan took out those screws or whatever, so. While Ryan's finishing screwing everything in, I'll tell you, he did take the door off on the closet over here because it hangs over a little bit into the opening of the closet.
so he figured it'd be easier to get the washer in, and it was. That made a big difference. So that was the one thing that saved us, and everything else is going very smoothly.
Jesus.
What?
That's as far as it goes back.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. As far as it goes back.
I guess that's why they don't care if the door hangs over.
Thing's right here. Right there. I'm gonna have to put something like to lock it right there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
Thankfully, when you get a washer and dryer, there aren't too many things you need to buy besides the washer and dryer themselves.
Yeah, otherwise, you're talking about pretty much just two different things in my eyes that is going to make it work out. One is the dryer vent kit, and two is the hole saw. So 4-inch hole saw should be able to work out just fine. The kit, which we went with Splendide, it seemed to be a pretty typical one that a lot of other people use. And there's it comes with everything you need, hose and outside, inside, as far as equipment. And it was pretty cost effective. Both those I got on Amazon.
And it comes in 3 different colors.
It
Chrome,
does.
black, or white.
That's right.
Oh, it's so pretty.